So what if I told you that one of the most popular board games in the world just teamed up with the NBA franchise? Yes, Catan and Minnesota win Timberwolves. At first glance, that sounds completely random. Like, you don't know, rolling a 7 when you absolutely needed some brick. Just kidding. But the more you think about it, the more it actually makes sense. So today we're going to break down what this partnership actually is, why Catan would team up with the Timberwolves, what fans expect from this crossover, and lastly, whether it's a genius marketing move or just kind of like a weird experiment that Catan is doing. So grab your sheep, grab your longest road, talk about some Catan and Timberwolves. Let's do it. This partnership is really about bringing different communities together. Sports fan who might not normally play board games, and board games fans who might not normally watch basketball. It's kind of like a cultural crossover in a sense, I guess. But for me, I've always watched NBA. I grew up watching it. I played basketball for a bit. I love playing board games. So for me, it's kind of great to see both those worlds kind of collide and have the cultural fusion. What does this partnership include? Now let's talk about really the fun part and what the fans actually get. Depending on the rollout, this partnership could include things like Timberwolves colors and branding, custom player pieces, themed resources, possibly even like Timberwolves themed game board maybe. But which we did see actually in one of the latest games from the Timberwolves at the time of this recording, there was a game in halftime where they literally played like a Catan matching game, and that was awesome. I love to see it. I saw it on Instagram. I saw the whole thing. It was super fun. Along with that, they're gonna have exclusive merchandise, so maybe some limited edition boards, hopefully apparel, crossover merch, and collector items for both fans of both brands. So probably some jerseys and maybe some boards or maybe pieces or dice, stuff like that. So basically just the super fun stuff that we as consumers get to buy and get to enjoy. So now you might be thinking, why would Catan like literally ever do this? Well, why Catan benefits from this? From Catan's perspective, this is a gigantic, huge win. Board games are exploding in popularity, but there's still a massive audience that hasn't fully tapped into them. And you know what that is? That's sports fans. Partnering with an NBA team not only introduces Catan to millions of new people, makes the game feel more modern, culturally relevant for those, and reinforces Catan as more than just a board game and becomes more of a lifestyle brand. Now, on the other hand, you have why the Timberwolves would actually benefit from this. For the Timberwolves, this partnership helps them, stand out from other NBA teams, appeal to younger, more diverse fans, create off-court engagement. Not every fan interaction has to involve basketball. For instance, if you see a Catan YouTuber or a Catan pro who you really like out in public, you're not just going to talk about Catan. You might ask, how's your day going? You might ask about a sport they're watching. It's not always going to be about basketball in this sense. So those are kind of all the ways that the Timberwolves benefit from it. Next up, we have kind of the fan reaction and internet buzz about it. I've seen a lot of reactions online that have usually fall into like about 3 categories. Like, this is genius, or this is weird, but I kind of love it, or why does this exist? Well, honestly, if people are talking about it, it's working. Think about it. If everyone is talking about this, it's getting posted on Instagram, social media. People are talking about it. I'm making a video about it, even though, who am I? But if people are talking about it, it's obviously working. Crossover partnerships thrive on the confusion, the curiosity, the conversation between everyone. Again, as I said earlier, the kind of cultural conversion of both. So this actually got me wondering, is this the future of sports marketing? Are we going to see more blurs between the lines such as gaming and sports, entertainment, lifestyle, culture? This feels unexpected, but it feels like it's almost going to kind of create something that's new. And to be honest, I'm really excited for it because I think a lot of content could come out of this. And I think I could bring you guys a lot of fun, engaging, interactive content with just this partnership alone. And I'm really looking forward to if Catan ever is sponsored or sponsors another team in another league, because I think that'd bring so much more content for me to make for you guys. I think that'd be a great experience for both of us. So let's wrap up and just kind of summarize what I just talked about before we get into the big stuff. Whether you're a diehard Timberwolves fan, hardcore Catan strategist, or someone who just loves a good crossover like me, because I tend to be a nerd for that kind of stuff, this partnership is definitely one to watch. Let me know in the comments right down below. Would you play a Timberwolves edition of Catan? Would you play a basketball game with a Catan jersey? I don't know. You got to tell me. I don't have the answers to all these questions. So without further ado, I'll leave you guys with that one. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.